What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Commentary Position Podcast. It's me, G. I'll be running this one solo today. And this, since we did If We Booked Night 2 main event of WrestleMania 41, this is If We Booked Night 1 and possibly the aftermath. So let's get right into it. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins. This idea is kind of based on what's happened the last few weeks with the way Seth has cut his promos, and admittedly, Seth has killed it. I mean, he's made this match infinitely better. He even brought up the idea of his own favor from Heyman, though he said he doesn't really care about that because, he just hates Roman and Punk that much. And he's kind of, fighting for the soul and the future of the business, and Roman and Punk aren't it. And I like that. It brought something to this match. It's a nice little wrinkle to Seth, and this is going to lead into what I believe is going to happen if I had to pen and what happens after. So, we have the match. Heyman's going to come out with Punk. Not Roman. Obviously not Seth. They're going to go about their thing. Paul's going to walk around the ring. He's going to try to help Roman or encourage Roman. Roman's going to shrug him off. He's going to kind of help Punk, which will, in its own way, distract Punk. And as we lead towards the finish of the match, we're going to have a spot where Heyman is up on the apron and talking to Punk, trying to help Punk. Punk's talking to him, and Rollins goes at Punk, runs into Punk, whether it's, by his own doing or Roman, shoves him, Superman punches him, he falls into Punk. Punk falls into Heyman. Heyman falls off the apron. Heyman's hurt. So, in essence, Heyman's going to end up, out of the match. And he's going to disappear until Backlash. So, the end of the match is basically going to be Punk is going to hit a GTS on Seth. Roman is going to spear Punk, not get a 3 count. Seth is going to stomp Roman, who is going to end up rolling close to the ropes. But at this point, CM Punk is going to be starting to get up. Rollins seizes the opportunity because he hates Punk more. Rollins hits another stomp on Punk. Punk kicks out. And that's another. Roman gets back in, goes for a spear. Seth moves. Roman corners himself, and Punk seizes the opportunity, picks up Seth for a GTS, hits it. Seth kicks out. Roman, at this point, looks for a spear on Seth, and Seth catches him like he did in their one of their previous matches. He catches him in the middle of it with a pedigree, and then Roman, he tries to pin Roman. Roman kicks out, and then Punk tries him again. Rollins reverses it. Low blows CM Punk, hits the curb stomp. Rollins wins. So, Rollins wins the match. Roman is going to take time off, not 4 months like he did this past year after WrestleMania 40, but he's going to take some time off. Punk and Rollins are going to have a third and final match at Backlash. And then Punk will move on to probably a Summer of Punk and a feud with Cena for the title. Hint, hint. But Punk Rollins 3 at Backlash. I don't know the stipulation yet. It'll be a stipulation. Could be Hell in a Cell. Street fight, maybe. I don't really. That kind of sounds boring, honestly. But we're going to get a part 3 and an end to the feud, and Punk's going to win that. But here's the kicker. Night 2, Cody Cena, after all the run-ins are done, including a Stone Cold Steve Austin run-in, where he stuns The Rock because, it's what he does, and Rock sells it the way he does. Rollins is going to get involved in the match. And instead of being on Cody's side, he's going to actually curb stomp Cody twice, which will help Cena win the match and the title. And Rollins is with Cena and The Rock. And it makes sense given the promos that he's cut lately and the phrase he used, best for business, which is, the old corporate shtick, the old corporate line. He is going to be with the group and will eventually end up on SmackDown, but he'll be on Raw. And after Punk, he is going to, fluff back and forth to SmackDown to screw with Punk. And then Roman will be back probably around Money in the Bank, and Rollins will be feuding with Roman at that point. Probably until SummerSlam. And then Punk will feud with Cena and likely not win the title. More than likely, I think, although he could lose to Punk, and then you could have a Punk heel turn, and Cody inevitably get before WrestleMania next year, or at WrestleMania next year. That actually sounds a little better. You could have Cody Punk for the title and Roman Rock as your 2 main events for WrestleMania 42. So, and I know it'll seem weird that Rollins would join up with The Rock and Cena, but it also fits the current narrative, and it would be a holy shit moment that I think would wow everybody, and he could finish his feud with Punk and then move on to Roman, and then maybe move to stay on SmackDown permanently via the draft or the transfer portal and do that there, or he could turn around and, be that guy on Raw for the world title and go after Jay, Braun, who I think is going to be champion probably by SummerSlam himself. And, yeah, there you go. That's how I would book it. The match, the ending, all the players going forward. You get the feuds you expect. It all fits. It all makes sense. It adds a new wrinkle to Seth. I like the 3-man group of Rock, Cena, and Rollins. It's new. It's different. It's interesting. It can float between both shows. And, kind of keeps those guys out of the title picture for now, but sets up interesting dynamics and feuds going forward. So, if I had to pen, that's what I would do. So, there you go. There you have it. That's how I would do it. So, anyway, I appreciate y'all listening to this shorty little video. This will be out later today. Our WrestleMania predictions for the entire card will be on Thursday. And then we will roll right into the weekend with a short little SmackDown review and live reaction to NXT Stand and Deliver with PTP. And then both of us live and on camera as well for WrestleMania nights 1 and 2. So make sure you're there for that. As always, hit like, comment, hit that sub button, slam it. Hit PTP up on social, PTP_99 on Twitter, on TikTok. Hit me up at Tony the Real on Twitter, at Gino's Game on TikTok. Hope you enjoyed the listen. We'll see you for the WrestleMania predictions tomorrow, Thursday. And y'all have a good day, good night, and stay blessed.